Hello, 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 Cleveland. What a beautiful sight. Rock and roll lovers in front of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame about to welcome the newest class of inductees. What do you say? I have the distinct honor of being the president and CEO of this great museum, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And this is a huge week for us and for the city of Cleveland when we host this induction ceremony. It's a museum filled with amazing artifacts and great stories, but it's all made by people. And today, it's our pleasure to welcome these inductees to their house, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, where we preserve their legacy and share their impact with future generations. There we go. Now, this ceremony happens once a year, but every day we share the stories of people, of events, of songs, the things that shaped our world through innovative exhibits at the museum, live music, and engaging programs everywhere. And we appreciate that all of you care about this organization and come to this museum. So much so that we've welcomed 15 million people since first opening our doors 30 years ago. And I think you probably know from this crowd, we're not slowing down. In fact, we're speeding up. If you look next door, there's an expansion to this building that's going to be 50,000 new square feet for the next 15 million visitors to come here. All right, I do need to say a few thank yous to people that are particularly important to us because of this big expansion project next door, where we're adding all that space. Our donors, our lead people that are making it happen, they're far and wide, but I need to pull out a select couple. First and foremost, Jay and Patty Baker, Chris and Sarah Connor, Donna and John Kroll, Nick and Lori Halley, thank you. The Key Bank Foundation, thank you. Barry Minoff and Roy Minoff, thank you. PNC Bank, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame Foundation, thank you. The State of Ohio, and Ken and Martha Taylor. Thank you all for that generous support. I want to thank all of our trustees that are here today, including our board chair, Greg Lowe. Greg, thank you, right in the front row. And before we bring the 2024 inductees to the stage, I'm honored to recognize family representatives that are representing members of the class of 2024 that are no longer with us. Please welcome Jane Slagsvold, wife of the late Jimmy Buffett, and their daughters Savannah and Delaney. Norman Whitfield's sons, Michael and Charles. From Kool The Gang, Pinoy Sanders Thomas, wife of the late Dennis Thomas. And from our Detroit friends, the MC5, Rebecca Derminer, the wife of the late Rob Tyner, and their daughters Amy, Elizabeth, and son Robin, the Tyner family. Margaret Said Kramer, wife of the late Wayne Kramer, and their son Francis. Son and daughter of the late Fred Sonic Smith, and 2007 inductee Patty Smith, Jackson and Jesse. Thank you for being with us. And from Foreigner, the late Ian McDonald's son Max. And from Foreigner, the late Ed Gagliardi's wife, Loretta. And from A Tribe Called Quest, representing the late Fife Dog, his father, Walt Taylor, his mother, Cheryl Boyce, and his wife, Deshisha Head Taylor. Thank you all for being here. It means a lot to us. And now, Join me in welcoming to the stage to dedicate their Hall of Fame plaque, which will hang inside the Hall of Fame gallery in this building forever. Let's give a warm Cleveland welcome to Foreigner, Lou Gramm, Rick Wills, and Al Greenwood. And this group moves as a unit. I'm really honored to welcome the Dave Matthews Band to the stage. Led by Dave Matthews, Carter Beauford, Jeff Coffin, Stefan Lazard, Tim Reynolds, Rashawn Ross, and Buddy Strong, the Dave Matthews Band. All right, now please join me in welcoming Kool and the Gang. Led by Robert Kool Bell and J.T. Taylor. Please welcome 2024 inductee Suzanne DePass. Suzanne. And 2024 inductee Mary J. Blige. Mary J. Did I say hello, Cleveland? And join me in welcoming to the stage 2024 Rock and Roll Hall of Fame inductee Peter Frampton. All right, and you'll hear from them shortly. But first, I'm honored to introduce one more very special guest. And it's the chairman of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame Foundation, the body that formally elects these great artists to the Hall of Fame and has been doing so for the last 39 years. Please join me in welcoming the chairman of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame Foundation, John Sykes.
You forgot to say, and huge fan of these people. Wow. If I only had this job in high school, I'd be way more popular then. Oh well. 70 years ago, a radio DJ named Alan Freed, right here in Cleveland, Ohio, played a record called Rocket 88. No one had ever heard a sound like that before. It was a collision of rhythm and blues, gospel and country. Some called it a gumbo. It didn't have a name, so Freed called it rock and roll. Others called it the devil's music, usually parents. So soon after, Chuck Berry, Little Richard, Brenda Lee, and others followed with their own take on rock and roll. These artists didn't look alike, they didn't sound alike, but they shared one thing in common: a shared attitude. That year, rock and roll took off like a musical freight train and never looked back. 70 years ago, 70 years later, the names and faces, as you can see, have changed, but the attitudes lived on. And that museum right over there was founded 40 years ago to honor these artists, who each in their own way have had a profound influence on the ever-changing sounds, and I mean that, the ever-changing sounds and spirit of rock and roll. And just like the founders decades ago, the artists sitting up here that we're honoring today may look and sound nothing alike, but in addition to incredible talent, they all have attitude. So It is an honor for me personally and for everyone in the Hall of Fame to be in the company of this class today. Your plaques will hang right up there in the museum next to Chuck, Elvis, Tina, John, Paul, George, and Ringo, and so many others. And over the years, millions of visitors will come see your plaque, get goosebumps, take out their iPhone and take a photo of themselves to keep forever, just like you did when you were fans. So on behalf of all of us, I am so proud to welcome the class of 2024 into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Nice. Way to go, John. Thank you. Oh, yeah. It's okay. All right, friends. We're going to have each artist come up and share something with you. And remember, the induction is tomorrow night. This is the plaque dedication, so we're really honored, and I'd like to kick it off by first welcoming Foreigner, and speaking on their behalf is, of course, the legendary songwriter, band co-founder, the incredible Lou Gramm. Lou? Thank you.
Hello, hello. I'd like to thank the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame for this wonderful acknowledgement and this stunning award. It represents our contributions to the rock community and the bond we continue to have with our millions of loyal fans. On behalf of Mick Jones, myself, and the Foreigner Band, we are honored and extremely proud. Thank you.
Thank you, Lou. Thank you, Lou. Thank you. Now, please welcome the queen of hip hop soul, Mary J. Blige. Yeah.
I didn't know you were going to call me so fast. I was hoping everybody else was going to go before me. Thank you so much to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame for this amazing, huge, this honor is above me. Thank you so much. It's been a long time coming, and my fans know what I mean. But we came, we saw, we conquered, we're here. Thank you so much. Love you, love you, love you. Thank you.
Love it. Now, please welcome the passionate songwriter, extraordinary guitarist, and cultural touchstone, Peter Frampton.
All right. There we go. Hold on. Yeah, thank you so much, everybody. I'm going to go on a bit here. I've been coming here to Cleveland for as long as I can remember, but unfortunately, I don't remember a lot these days. Cleveland's always been a major rock and roll city, and I always look forward to playing here. So many great shows and audiences. That's why the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is here. Our last show, recent tour, was here, and true to form, you were the best audience of the tour, of course. While you guys were voting, each show when we were on tour, I made sure that the QR code came up on the screen, and we just stopped playing, and I made you vote. So, anyway, I guess it worked, huh? Did it work? It worked, right? Getting nominated is one thing. Getting inducted is something I didn't believe would ever happen, and I'm totally overwhelmed. Lastly, I can't thank the fans enough for voting for me. You are the ones who made this happen, and I'll keep on thanking you, so thanks again.
Thank you, Peter. I was at that show in Cleveland a couple weeks ago, and it was fantastic. Lights out. Tomorrow night's going to be off the charts, so thank you, Peter. Now, an inductee who paved the way for women in the music business and the film business and the television business, and one of the first leading female executives in music. Please welcome Suzanne DePass.
Thank you. I have a confession to make. I cannot sing a note. I don't play any instruments. I can turn on my radio, I can use my iPad and iPod, but what I have been able to be fortunate enough to experience was Berry Gordy gave me an opportunity, and it changed my life. And because of that, I was able to help change other people's lives because of that opportunity. And at Motown, where I grew up, we changed a lot of people's lives. And I am so honored to be in this company, to be the 5th woman to receive this great honor. And how about that baseball game last night? Oh, right. And I'm from New York, and I was rooting originally, LA now. But I am so grateful to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I cannot tell you, it was a shock. Rob Light and John Plaque called me and said, "It sounds like you're standing up." I said, "I am standing up." And they said, "Well, we think you better sit down." And I sat down, and they told me about this great honor, and I burst into tears. Not regular tears, projectile, snot-filled tears of joy. And so I am standing here as a non-performer who has been given the opportunity to perform in another way. And I say to all of the people who, like me, cannot sing a note, there are other ways to get here. Thank you.
Thank you, Suzanne. And now I'm going to bring up 2 members of Kool and the Gang. One of the essential innovators of funk, soul, disco, and R&B, who created rock and roll's most danceable anthems, hands down. Please welcome Robert Kool Bell. You got it.
Thank you very much. I was born in Youngstown, Ohio, trying to get to Cleveland. Finally made it to Cleveland. I mean, it's great. I mean, all you guys that voted for us, and we started back in 1964, and now we are being inducted in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And you know what? That's a great thing. Quick story, I'm just coming back from Tanzania, from Serengeti, and all those animals and whatnot. Well, we said all roads is leaving to Cleveland, to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, without the Jungle Boogie. Anyway, thank you very much, and I appreciate what you guys have done for us.
All right. Now, the lead vocalist on some of the 80s massive hits like Ladies' Night, Too Hot, Celebration too, and Celebration. None other than James J.T. Taylor.
Oh Oh, yeah, what a night. You know, first I'd like to thank the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, all the inductees. Congratulations. We made it, guys. It's been a long time coming. But I just want to share, my family's here, some out there. My wife is here, my son Xavier's over there. And I mentioned them because it's like a family. And when I first got the call to join Kool The Gang, it was Kool's brother, Ronald Bell. And he said, yeah, you can apply it. And he said, listen, let me hear you sing something. I said, to what? He said, just sing whatever. So he started playing, and I just made up something. He said, well, how high can you sing? You know, falsetto. So I did that. And the next thing I know, we were doing the Ladies' Night album. And from there, the Celebrate album, In the Heart, Joanna, Too Hot, all the songs. And next thing you know, you build this repertoire, you have this great catalog, but you never think you're going to be here. You don't really plan for that. You just do what you do best. And to be standing here, it's like I think about my mom who's no longer with us, and she would be so proud. Trust me, she would be, man, so proud. And we lost a lot of our core members, Dennis Thomas and Ronald Bell, Charles Smith, Funky George Brown, Clifford Adams. I mean, it's just, tomorrow at the ceremony, we're going to try to bring some love so that they'll be joining us. So if you guys are going to be there, we have something special we're going to do to honor those brothers. Again, congratulations to everybody, and thank you for coming out. Oh, by the way, my South Carolina family, my D.C. family, my Maryland family, my Brooklyn, New York family, my Hackensack, New Jersey family, and now that I have a residency here, my Cleveland family.
JT, you're a traveling man. You know, I missed a couple family members from Kool The Gang that we want to just make sure we recognized as well. And it's two more family members, and their spouses have passed. So please welcome Tia Sinclair Bell, wife of the late Ronald Bell. And also, please welcome the wife of the late George Brown, Han Brown. And we have one more inductee to hear from today, friends, and that's the Dave Matthews Band. They harnessed an eclectic sound, relentless live shows, and were one of the biggest bands in the world with a massive communal fan base. Speaking on their behalf, of course, is none other than Dave Matthews.
Oh, so it's really good that they asked me to go last. So that there's no pressure. And also, I don't know in the communication line who didn't tell me that I was going to have to talk today. Fonzie just said to me, we have Friday off. And then we didn't. Anyway, but I do want to say thanks to the fans most of all, because that's definitely the only reason that we have jobs, and we owe everything to you guys and to each other, and of course. But I also want to say that this is from the seat of my pants, but this feels like I'm in the deep end of the pool. Like, I feel like so many heroes are up here, and I didn't get to everybody, but I got to say it to a few people up here that they are people that I don't want to say worship, because then things get uncomfortable. But there are people that were a huge part of my life that are up here, and for why I wanted to play music, and I know I'm speaking for the guys in the band too when we say it's an honor to share this, be in this same pack, being inducted here and being acknowledged together as a family, because I love my musical family with all my heart, and I can't believe that we still hug each other when we see each other, and that's and we still love playing music, and maybe more. I don't know. It's just a great feeling. I want to tell one quick story, because this is because I'm last, and everyone's got to get lunch and or whatever. And so when I was a little kid, I was taking guitar lessons, and my guitar teacher moved to a different place. It was above a studio, and one day I was waiting for my mom to pick me up, and they started bringing all these little crates on wheels. I didn't know what they were, cases. I didn't know what they were called, and they're bringing them all in New York, and then I looked on one of them, and it said "Foreigner," and I was like, "What the fuck?" And then I went out. My mom even told me that when I came out to the car, I was like, oh. and then the first time we were ever recorded in a recording studio, the band, we were talking about this. We were in one studio room, and in the next one was Foreigner, and we were like, what the fuck, you know? And then now we're getting into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame with the Foreigner. What the fuck?
All right. Wow. I don't want to follow that. So, gang, this is a plaque dedication ceremony. So in a few seconds, we're going to dedicate this plaque. And we're clearing the space. If the artist wouldn't mind coming up and gathering around, and we're going to drop this, and you're going to see the plaque that will hang forever in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame celebrating your achievements, okay? We'll do it on 3. Does that sound good? Okay, let's go. 1, 2, 3.